Hello everyone, welcome back to online lecture series on applied thermodynamics. We are continuing with our topic of reciprocating compressors. In our previous lecture, we studied about multi-staging of reciprocating air compressor. So we discussed that how in order to increase the pressure ratio of a compressor in a single stage, the swept volume keeps on decreasing, and at one stage there is no available swept volume, so there is no air delivery for 2 triple prime point. So in order to increase the pressure ratio, it is necessary that we use more than one cylinders for compressing the air. And here we discussed few advantages and disadvantages of multi-staging. Then we were here on two-stage reciprocating air compressor, in which we are using intercooler in between to reduce the work required in multi-stage. So we are going to continue with this in our today's lecture. So let's begin this. So here we already have our figure that was drawn in our previous lecture, and we will continue from here only. So we will be defining few points here. Let us say that this one is section 1. Here we are having section 2. Then we are having here 2 prime. Here we will have point number 3. And the last box that you are seeing here is receiver. And here the way we have designated these points, let us say that the air is entering from here. So here this is the entry of air, so we need to say this as air in. And here the pressure value is P1 and volume is V1. Here after passing through the low pressure cylinder, the pressure increases here P2. So here instead of volume we will be more focusing on the temperature, P1 comma T1, and here P2 comma T2. In between we are having this intercooler. So what happens in intercooler, that the compressed air from the low pressure cylinder is actually cooled in intercooler with the help of cooling water. So here we need to have a cooling water first, like this. These are the coils that we are having inside the intercooler. Like this. and because of this cooling, the temperature reduces here. Here we have P2 and T2 prime. One important thing that we need to note down here, that suppose we are having perfect intercooling. So let me write down a condition for perfect intercooling over here. So in case of perfect intercooling, we will have T1 equal to T2 prime, that is we are bringing the air temperature to the initial temperature. We will be discussing about this condition later on. So let's focus on high pressure cylinder. So the cooled and compressed air enters the high pressure cylinder, where it is again further compressed, and the final values are P3 comma T3. So this is what we are getting here. The final conditions for the compressed air at the exit of high pressure cylinder is P3 comma T3, and it is used, being stored in the receiver where it can be further used. Here this is cooling water. Okay, so this is the complete condition for two-stage reciprocating air compressor. Now we will be focusing on the PV and TS diagram. Okay, so here we will be drawing the diagrams at the bottom. Here we have volume and pressure. So first we will focus on the compression process, and we will be considering both the compressions as polytropic, that is the practical case. So as far as nomenclature is concerned, here we have 1, 2, 2. That is happening at the first stage. So we can also say that this is the first stage compression. And the same can be shown on the TS diagram. So here we are having pressure as 1 P1, and here the pressure is here P2. And now let's draw the for the TS diagram. So first we need to draw the constant pressure lines. So this is the constant pressure line for P1 pressure. Then we will have constant pressure line for P2 pressure, like this. So here we can say that this is for P1 and this is for P2. So let us draw the process on TS diagram, that is compression process 1 to 2. So it will work in this way, like this. So as we can see that this is point number 1 and this is point number 2. Now here as we can see that the next task is the intercooler, where the temperature reduces, and we will assume that the intercooling happens at constant pressure. So let's say it happens in this way, and we reach at 2 prime. So this is the intercooling, and the intercooling that is being observed on TS diagram, as it is a constant pressure process, so it will stay on this curve, and that is on P2 curve. So this will be 2 prime. Then again, and one more thing here that we can say, that in case of perfect intercooling, this value will be T1 equal to T2 prime. Then let's focus on the third part. Here is high pressure cylinder. So it goes in this way, that is, here we can say this as point number 3. Let's say this as point number 3. Then we will also see if when we have a complete compression in a single stage, like this. So this curve shows that if we had a single stage compression, then it would have gone in this way. Let us first finish few previous things. That here this is P3, and we can say this as second stage compression. Okay, and here this value is 3 prime, and this is known as, this value is, this curve denotes single stage compression. Then we can also show the same thing on a TS diagram. So first we need to show the P3 process. So this is P3, and our second stage compression process looks like this. So this will be point number 3, and suppose we had a single stage compression as shown with this blue curve on PV diagram. We can also show the same over here. In this way, and obviously we will denote this with blue. So in this case also, here this will be 3 prime. And one more thing that we can show is, suppose we had an isothermal compression instead of polytropic, and even that isentropic being in a single stage. So we would have obtained that with this process. In this way. So this would have been our isothermal process as 3 double prime, and the same can be seen on TS diagram in this way. Being an isothermal process, it would have been like this, with 3 double prime over here. Okay, so this is the way it will happen, and let me complete a few other points on this diagram. So we will be denoting this as point number 4 over here, point number 5 here, and point number 6 over here. So I think we have drawn everything, and Let's copy this work into our main slides. Okay, I need to take this first at the bottom and use this. Okay, so let's copy this one, the PV and TS diagram for multi-staging over here. Now I think we don't need these two now, so we can delete them. And let's get back to our main figures over here. So now what we will be doing here is we will specifically focus on this, and we will obtain the work done and condition for minimum work done and minimum work. So this is going to be a purely derivation. So first of all, let's focus on the figure. And one more important thing, that we are going to discuss only the case of without clearance and perfect intercooling. Without clearance and perfect intercooling. So that is going to be our case. So process 1 to 2, 1 to 2 will be polytropic compression in low pressure cylinder. That is, the case is 1 to 2 prime, sorry, 1 to 2. Then we have process 2 to 2 prime, which is isobaric intercooling. Then we have 2 prime to 3. If you see the figure again, then 2 prime to 3 is the polytropic compression in high pressure cylinder. Polytropic compression in high pressure cylinder. Then we have 3 to 4 is delivery of air at constant pressure P3. Then we have here 1 to 3 prime as single stage compression. Is single stage polytropic compression. And in this figure, the orange color is single stage compression, that is isothermal. So 1 to 3 double prime is single stage isothermal compression. So we have described all the processes here, and let's copy them into our main slides. Let's save this. So what we are going to do in our next lecture is we will calculate the work requirement by 2 stages, and then we will try to evaluate the condition for minimum work requirement, and we will also obtain the minimum work requirement values. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video.